All right, this is Keystone Light Apple, aka Kapple, coming in at 4.1% ABV. My last beer review was the Busch Light Apple, also at 4.1% ABV. And I will give the Busch Apple its credit. Like, they made that shit so hardcore, fear of missing out, that everybody was going nuts for it. Yeah, it was a good job. Kind of like the Nintendo Wii. Remember, like, back in 2006, like, Nintendo would, like, just put out a couple of Wiis here and there. So everybody wanted it, even though, like, the console was, not as great as, like, the 360 or the PS3 kind of thing. Anyway, so they did a really good fear of missing out product. And took me forever to get the Bapple. So anyways, this year Keystone released their own little counter product to it with the Kapple. So much Apple stuff going on here. Right out of the gate, way cooler can. Like, they're kind of having fun with it, They're not trying to be fancy pants. Like, they're like, hey, this is our Apple beer. And I will say that I do prefer Keystone Light to Busch Light. Anyways, I think it has a better flavor. And, like, Busch Light these days it's kind of become like what PBR was 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Like, it's kind of like, hipstery to like it, which outside of the hipster bubble, you look at those people like, what are you doing, Anyways, I'm just a big, huge Keystone Light fan. Keystone Light is my favorite light beer, so I'm just excited that they have the Apple product here. So, anyways, so yeah, 4.1% ABV. Good looking can. All right, time to drink the damn thing, huh? As any actual beer drinker knows, a hard pour is the correct way to pour beer. Yeah, the head sticks around a little longer, but less gas bubbles for you. And just pouring it sideways, like, come on, what are you doing? Like, it's a beer. Grow up, you know what I mean? Okay, so the color, in the good light, it's just looks like a beer. I do remember the Busch Light Apple, the Bapple, having maybe a little bit more of a golden look to it. This one's just kind of looks like a beer. Even though I did hard pour it, had to stick around a decent amount. Okay, on the nose. An apple smell, of course. I will say this one kind of has more of a it's a red apple, but almost leans a little more towards the green apple smell over the Busch one. I don't know. Let's give it a taste here. Very appley. Much like the Busch Light Apple, it's sweet, but not overly sweet. The biggest difference I'm kind of getting out of the two is that the Busch Light Apple has more of a dry finish, while the Keystone Light Apple has a bit more of a wet finish. Like, it seems to kind of hang around a little more. They really are kind of pretty much identical. Like, again, not a lot of beer flavor. I'm sure they use beer as a base and then throw on the apple stuff, but yeah, you really just taste the apple. There's maybe like a 1% more bitterness to this than the Busch version, but yeah, almost identical. Yeah, apple on the tongue and the nose, not not overly sweet, a little bit more of a wet finish than a dry finish. And it's Keystone, which is a better beer anyways. And 15 cans instead of 12 cans. I mean, it's a home run for sure. Keystone Light Apple. Kapple. It's a very, very refreshing appley 3.5 out of 5.